Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I'm Liz Quinn, your lead Scentsy consultant. So today I have for you my 50 fall faves out of my own personal collection. I've just really kind of been getting that itch for thinking about fall, and typically our new catalog would be releasing for fall August the 1st. Scentsy has changed that this year, so we have to wait all the way till September the 1st to experience all the things that are in our new fall winter catalog, which hopefully will be available as an e-catalog online to look at around August the 1st. And SFR is almost here, where we as consultants, I have an actual digital subscription, so to speak, where I get a pass to be able to watch the whole thing live stream, but I won't be able to go back and like record or rewind or any of that kind of stuff. So I will do the best that I can to write notes and then bring you guys all the information that I'm getting, but it won't be quite the same as being there in person or being able to look at it as sessions that you can go back and rewatch. But anyway, I'm rambling. It really made me want to just go dig into my fall collection and talk about bars. Some of these won't be even close to catalog available because they were either LTOs that are old and they're in my club, or maybe they were bring back my bar. But a lot of these we can speculate, and I would love it if you guys would leave in the comments down below, what do you think is coming back? What do you really want to have come back, and what do you think isn't coming back? And this is kind of the beginning of a whole bunch of videos that will be done in August, where we'll have the dreaded discontinued list of the things that are leaving, and then warmers and different things that are retiring. And then when we actually see that catalog, you compare. As consultants, we've learned, you go and you compare. There's a list at the back of the catalog, and you see what's missing. This right here, this always tells the truth. So then we'll go through and we'll sort of make little column checks and figure out, oh, that particular smell didn't come back, and oh, that's a new one. Or this last spring summer catalog, they brought back some very good LTOs from the past that really made us happy. Like this year we happen to have, what is it? The blue agave and melon. That was an old bar that I thought we'd never ever see again. So maybe Scentsy will give us a couple cool surprises like that for the fall winter catalog. Anyway, I'm rambling. So let's get into my top 50 in my personal collection, and of course, some honorable mentions. So I'm just going to start with a stack where these are sort of transitional scents. So Scarlet Sunflower is a beautiful smell that I love for August. I also love Here Comes the Sunflowers that's currently available. You could use either one for an August-September floral transitional. This one, though, the Scarlet Sunflower, was in last year's catalog, and it has a little bit of cranberry and some beautiful scarlet sunflower turning to face the sun, I think is the actual description in the catalog. And it's lovely and very light. Here Comes the Sunflowers is incredibly similar. You just have musk and strawberry instead of that cranberry and apple note, but it's really good. So I think that will be in the catalog. Now, one that's probably not going to be in the catalog because it was BBMB last year is my beloved Autumn Blaze Maple. I'm so excited that this bar got voted back for BBMB. And if you don't know what Club is, it is a subscription service where you're guaranteed to be able to lock in bars that are available for whatever the limited time period is, or the catalog season before it ends. You'll get them for forever and forever through Scentsy Club. So Autumn Blaze Maple, it is so good with pumpkin and maple and woods. A little bit of spice, it's just lovely, and this one is one that wouldn't be available for this next season. Now, Cashmere and Corduroy is a great transitional scent and is good all fall, winter long. I'm absolutely 99% sure this is coming back. But, because I don't trust Scentsy, because if you've ever had a Scentsy heartbreak, you just club everything, I put Cashmere and Corduroy into my club. So this has Sicilian Bergamot, and it has a really nice sort of a vanilla essence to it. It's just fantastic, extremely long-lasting, a very good bar for having company over or anything else. Now, here's one I'm a little bit worried about. Cozy Cardigan, I did club. This bar, I'm seeing a lot of products in it that were in our recent flash sale and have been in clearance. And I'm definitely going to be needing some coffee in this video. There's a lot to talk about. This will probably be on the longer side. So Cozy Cardigan is Amber Suede, Blushing Silk, and Roses. Oh, so beautiful. And this is more of like a bedroom or rainy day scent, but I did not want to be without that. So I'm wondering if that's going to come back around the campfire. Now, I think this one will come back because it is very unique. And I haven't seen any products in clearance. I haven't seen anything in flash sale that would make me think that they got rid of this. But again, this is in my club just in case. So this is the smokiest scent that we have. It's smoky and sappy and woody and really good, and it's a fabulous mixer. So that was my first stack of things that I kind of think are really good August and September. So now my next stack here, a lot of these are spicy and cuddly. So this is a bar that's definitely not going to be a coming back, and that is Amber Hollow. And this particular one is super juicy. But for me, this is a September scent. It is super spicy and a little exotic. It's got a lot of pepper. People call this the curry smell. I understand why, but for me, it is so good in my home. I think I have 4 or 4.5 bars of it because I picked some up in some flash sales, and I will, maybe even late August when I'm getting those cravings for fall, this is one of the first things that I will melt that makes me just feel so happy. Another one was from our collection last year of a Harvest Trio. I don't know if this might show up in the catalog, but I doubt it, and that is Cozy Vanilla and Pumpkin. I kept this in my club to be able to get a stack of 3 or 4. I think I only have 3. This is a beautiful smell. It's an early fall smell to me with vanilla and a little bit of pumpkin and a cuddliness. In a sense, it sort of reminds me of Cozy Cardigan, but the pumpkin version. So I may regret that I didn't keep this in my club for the long haul, but I've got 3 bars and it's so pretty. So I'm happy to have that. Like I said, I don't think we'll see that back. Now, the next one is one where I have tried to communicate to both of my teenage girls, tell me what you want clubbed at the end of the season. And it's like they just don't quite get it. Harvest Blessings is a beautiful bar. We keep seeing it in all the clearance things, so I don't think it's coming back for fall. Now, I like it. My younger daughter loves it. And I only have a couple bars left, and she was quite sad when she finally really figured out, well, Mom, Harvest Blessings will be in the catalog in the fall, right? And I'm like, probably not. And she was quite sad. So, of course, in this last, oh, it's so good though. In this last flash sale, they had Harvest Blessings in a fall bundle with a couple bars that to me are just accursed. I cannot stand Perfect Pumpkin Pear. To me, it smells like somebody got sick. And Pumpkin Marshmallow is sort of like, I can sometimes do it, but usually not. So for the love of my child, I got 2 bundles so I could get more Harvest Blessings, but that is a bar I wish I could just get in a single, and I would get like 20 of them and she'd be a happy girl. But anyway, what's in this? This has some oak, it's got some fall spice, and it's got a lot of like fall fruit. It's very old school Yankee. It's very good. It just didn't make me as excited as other things, so I didn't club it on my own. I wish she had communicated better to me. Now, the next one, I didn't really do club correctly when this left, and this is Honey Pear Cider, which is her other all-time favorite. But that really isn't my fault. It was just that we weren't really major club people when they pulled this from the catalog. This is very beautiful, and it does happen to be in the same bundle that I'll be getting a couple of in the mail from our flash sale. This is just the gentlest sweet pear cider. It's not super appley. It really is more pear with a little bit of honey and a little bit of spice. It's a fabulous August-September smell, and I'm glad that we do have a few, because I did grab some in a clearance or flash sale update the year that they retired this. They put a whole stack of it in clearance, I think that September, and I've made sure to keep as many of those on hand as I can get from different sales and things, so we always have 4 or 5 around. Then the next one, this probably isn't going to be in the catalog either, because this was, the last time it was in was the BBMB, and that is Mandarin Moon. This is beautiful. This is oranges, like a mandarin orange, spices, a little bit of star anise. Really nice early fall transitional, and I'm super excited to keep this in my club, especially for my younger daughter, because these are some of her favorites. So as we were talking, because my older daughter could really care less about fall. She likes Blue Sage and Tonka, which I didn't even put in here because it's not even in my top 50. Isn't that terrible? My older daughter and I are so different with scent that, except for things like super strong gardenia and sun-soaked petals we both like, pretty much she melts everything I don't care for. But my younger daughter is closer to what I like. I just like harder core spices than she does. So we had a really good time creating this whole grouping this morning. Like, she would smell things and she'd get all excited, and then it kind of like, playing cards. You're shuffling things around on the table and making stacks. It was so much fun to get this video ready for you guys. Anyway, so I like more spice than she does, but there was a lot of overlap in the next category I'm going to tell you about. So Autumn Hearth is one of her all-time favorites, and I love it too, and it's in our club. So Oh, this is so good. I hope this comes back this fall, you guys. But I don't know if as many people love this as not. So please tell me if you are also a real fan of Autumn Hearth. It's tonka bean and apple cinnamon. So it's smoldery and it's warm. And I really enjoy it any time of the year on a rainy day. So that's part of why I put this in the club. It might be fall specific, but I use it all the time. And that's one of her favorites. Okay, now the next one is probably my worst gamble out of all of them as far as something I didn't club. My club was so big when the fall winter season ended that Bright Cider Life, if this does not come back, of course I'm going to be mad. I have 5 of them, but Bright Cider Life I'm hoping is so popular that it's coming back, and I haven't seen any products in clearance, so I think my gamble's going to pay off. We'll see. Oh, is this good though? And we have a reasonably local orchard called Spicer's that is actually an incredibly good orchard. At one time it was ranked top 3 in the United States. It's a very nice place. And this bar smells like going to Spicer's Orchard. It's like the most wonderful cider, and then the little kid's got the crumbly cinnamon sugar donut in his hand, and it's plunking into the cup and it's mixing around. Not that you want to drink that, but the smell is the two of those things together. I'm going to spare you a story about my dad and me when I was a baby and him drinking my cup full of floaties. I guess I just told you anyway. So, anyway, I'm sorry, guys. That's a little bit of TMI. But anyway, this is a wonderful bar. It's so good. And I'm gambling that it's coming back because I didn't club it. Okay, now, the next one, this is not something you could put into this particular catalog season because it's old, it's retired, it was in Bring Back My Bar, it's in one of my clubs, and that is Buckleberry. Now, I honestly don't know. If you know when Buckleberry was in the catalog and whether it was considered a fall-winter bar, please let me know. I love this. It's the only berry bar in this whole thing. We've got plum and we've got other, dark things that have mixes, but as far as just berries for the sake of berries, this is the only bar in this whole group for me. And I usually will melt this July, August, and September, so I guess it's almost like a late summer, early fall bar. But these juicy berries are so good with the tiniest bit of coffee cake and cinnamon, and I usually will pair this with another very hardcore, heavy-hitting bakery bar. Really, really good. Now the next one, this is a bar. I think that they should put this back in the catalog. I have no reason to suspect that they would because the last time we've had it was either flash sale or BB&B. But I think there are enough people that love this bar that it should come back someday, and that is apple s'mores. This is a weird one, you guys, but it's really good. This has graham crackers, it's got coconut milk, it's got apples, it's got marshmallows, and cedar. It is weird. It is really, really funky scentsy. It's so scentsy. And nobody else makes one like this. So I think that they should bring that back, but they're not going to. Now, this next bar was LTO last fall-winter, but it was in our holiday trio. I think it's more of a fall bar than a winter bar, and that is the incredibly obnoxious Maple Vanilla Glaze. I love this bar. This bar is so loud. You could smell this. I've told you the story in the past about how I took this to a hotel, and it actually filled the entire hallway of a whole wing. Coming out of our room, I was embarrassed. Thankfully, it smelled like French toast and maple and pancakes, so people had no idea it was a Scentsy bar. Anyway, this thing throws like a beast. It's not super long lasting, but you wouldn't want it to be. It's like the most saturated maple gooey, almost like a donut. Oh, it's so good. This is a Saturday morning smell for me. I would love to see this in the catalog, but I don't think it will be. But it might, because it was LTO last fall winter, so it has a chance. Now, the next one, I'm almost sure this is not going to be in our fall winter catalog. It is in my club. Both of these are. But this one's in my quarterly, so I'll get 5 in a year. That is the marvelous maple rum cake. But maple rum cake has the distinction of being the worst bar on cold I probably ever smelled from Scentsy. It smells like a wet cigar. But you warm this, and it is like metamorphosis. It is deep, dark, rummy, spicy comfort in a bar. It's amazing. If it does come back in the catalog, maybe that meant that more people besides me fell in love with it. It's so good. That one will never leave my club, I promise. Okay, now the next one's probably not going to be in anything except flash sales for the near future until we can get it back for BB&B voting, which it'll be a while. almond croissant. Too many autumn, almond, this, that, and the other things. Almond croissant was one of our really sad bakery losses a couple seasons ago. It is so good, you guys. It's good any time of the year, but it is technically a fall bar. It is deep, saturated almond and pastry with the tiniest bit of cinnamon sugar. I never get tired of melting this, and I never get tired of telling you guys how good it is. This is really good in alternate warmers with buckleberry. That's one of my favorite combinations. I also like it with French toast, but I did not put that in here because that bar does not keep well, and I did finally take it out of my club. I love it fresh, but it's not a good one in the long haul. So another one, and this should come back. We need this back, Scentsy, in the catalog. It's not going to be there, I'm sure. Is toasted marshmallow. This has got to come back for something. This is so good. This and Around the Campfire is basically Marshmallow Fireside from Bath & Body Works. It's amazing. Like, you can direct mix them or alternate warmer mix them. This is in my quarterly club because back in the day when toasted marshmallow was a thing, that's the only club I had. I wish it was in my bi-monthly. Ooey gooey toasty marshmallows with malt. Fantastic and a great mixer for fall. All right, the next one. I was savvy to Scentsy's ways when this was going to be retired, so I put 2 of this in my bi-monthly, and that is the dearly departed and most mourned from any poll I've taken this whole year bar that Scentsy's retired in the last little while, and that is apple butter frosting. I have 2 of this in my club bi-monthly, so that gives me 10 bars a year because I skip 1 shipment of my bi-monthly every year and 1 shipment of my quarterly every year, so that means I'm only going to get 3 bars of whatever's in my quarterly and 5 bars of whatever's in my bi-monthly unless I have doubles. This is one of the few where I've got 2 bars of, fill in the blank coming. So this gives me 10 bars of the best. You can use this all year round. Apple, buttercream, and spice scent Scentsy's ever made, hands down. It performs beautifully. They really should never have taken this out. So sad. All right, here's one that I am really hoping is coming back this fall. I don't know. I didn't fall in love with it until this summer, and I'd gotten 3 or 4 of this bar to tide me over until next fall, thinking that I wouldn't miss it if it's not on the roster, and that is cinnamon buttercream. It's just been around for a couple seasons, so I'm not sure if it'll come back this fall. This has grown on me so much, you guys. It's like cinnamon coffee cake and mascarpone frosting. And it's so good. It's so much better than when I first started melting it. I do not know why our scent preferences and our perception of scent can change a lot in a couple of years. I really want to see this back for the fall. It's gentle. It is a good mixer. It isn't super strong, but some bars do improve with age. It's called curing. And this is one of those, and I really do hope that we see it back in the fall. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be there. All right, my next stack is all pumpkin. So, most, if not all of these were in last fall winter's catalog. And, yeah, most of them were. I haven't seen any of them in clearance. I'm gambling on a couple of them, too. Scary good. Ooh, is this good? I've got 4 or 5 of these downstairs in my stash. This is the spiciest, yummiest pumpkin pie scent. It's so good, you guys. Like, there is nothing like fall. Fall is the best. And, I know this is going to be a horribly long video. I don't even know if my camera is going to accept this whole video. I may have to do it in 2 parts. Oh, it's so good. And I have a friend here in town who is a beloved sister in church. Like, we talk about the Lord and we study the scriptures, and she's just an amazing person. But she's now hooked on Scentsy, and this, I think, is her all-time favorite smell, and it's in her club. So I guess the thing is I could go mooch off of my friend a bar, I think, if they don't have it in the catalog this fall, because I didn't club it. Okay, pumpkin roll. Oh, pumpkin roll, so good. This is another one I didn't club. This is a classic. And it's so good. It's so good. Is this coming back for fall? This one is more like an actual pumpkin cake or pumpkin cupcake. It has spices, but it's not as spicy as Scary Good. The thing is, Scary Good's more hard-hitting, and I really think I might like it a little better than Pumpkin Roll. But Pumpkin Roll's a classic, so you get emotionally attached. So I don't have either of those in my club. We'll see what's coming back. Now, the next one I clubbed for a while. And then eventually I'm like, Elizabeth, you have so many pumpkin bars of so many kinds. It's ridiculous. You have to let go of something. So Farm Stand Pumpkin is another one where every year I wonder if it's going to come back. And I think this one's not on most people's radar. Oh, is it good though? call it my pumpkin hayride scent, and really, now that I'm smelling these, I bet if this one's gone, I'm really going to kick myself for taking it out of my club. It's cinnamon sticks, caramel, and pumpkin, but what I get is pumpkins and beautiful sweet hay. I used to work at horse barns. I know you guys hear me say this every time about this smell. I love this. It's just not super strong, which is part of why I took it out. So we'll see if I live to regret that decision. Now this next one, this was LTO several seasons ago, and I don't think it ever made it into the catalog, so I clubbed this. I'm never taking this out of my club, and that is cranberry pumpkin spice. This, along with Harvest Blessings, are the most Yankee-esque smells we have had from Scentsy. It smells like a Yankee tart from the 80s. It's so nostalgic. Oh, guys, it's so good. Oh, so this has cranberry, and it has just wonderful pumpkin and spices and warmth. Such a good bar. So this is more of an October-November bar for me, and I don't have anything on the table that I would think of as primarily a November melt, because really I kind of divide my year into certain seasons. So like August, September, and October is the fall season for me when it comes to melting, and then November, December, and January is like the late fall, Christmas, winter. Like I put all those bars in that group for me. And then what does that get me to? February, March, April is the hardest time of the year for me when it comes to melting, because I never know what I'm in the mood for, and eventually it's sort of springy. And then you've got May, June, and July, and that's usually when I melt all my tropicals and all my summer smells. So anyway, I'm rambling, but cranberry pumpkin spice is amazing. So pumpkin cinnamon swirl. This one's still in my club for safekeeping. I think they'd be insane if they took this out. People love this bar. It is a classic. It's a crowd pleaser. I think if I were to do a top 10 as far as everybody loves it and it's very company friendly and just a good solid representation of Scentsy for fall, pumpkin cinnamon swirl's got to be in there. So it's like a pumpkin cinnamon bun. It's so nice. And it's very low on the pumpkininess. So this is one I'll melt all year on rainy days. It's so good. Okay, what's next? Now, this is a bar we just had in our Bring Back My Bar. It's obviously not going to be in the catalog, and that is Hemingway. Oh, you guys, is this good? This is good any time of the year, but this is a perfect August and September bar. Oh, it's got spice, it's got apples, and it's got really good cedar. This is almost a little bit on the cologne-y side, so it isn't truly a cologne, but it's more of a masculine, woodsy, warm, spicy smell than it is a sweet smell. It's fabulous. It's a great performer. You guys know there was so much squawk about this bar for Bring Back My Bar. That's got to go in my top 10 of all time Scentsy scents, especially for fall winter. It's such a good performer. Now the next one, this is still in my club for safekeeping. This was a new release last year. I hope that it sold well enough that it's going to be in the catalog again, and that is my beloved Blackberry Spice. This is a company-friendly bar. It's got cedar and blackberries, and it almost smells like apples and blueberries and spices. It's amazing. It's like a hug, and I love it. One of my kids, my younger one, after we talked about all this, she wanted to steal this bar, and I'm like, don't take my full bar. Go find one of the bars that's in the cupboard, one that's got a couple cubes left. So she's melting Blackberry Spice as we speak. It's so good here. Then another honorable mention that I didn't put in is Woodland Suede is melting behind me. I'm almost out of that. I think I get another bar in my next shipment of Club. That's a good one, and to me that's like end of the summer. I don't really consider that a fall bar. It probably is, but for me it's a little light on all those woodsy scents to be totally fall committed, but that's neither here nor there. Here's another one that I have safely in my club, and they would be completely nuts if they got rid of it, but they might have, and that is Cedar Cider. Oh my gosh, you guys, top 10 of all time fall winter bars for Scentsy, Cedar Cider. It's musky, it's appley, it's a little bit just complex, and it's kind of earthy. This is just the best season. Like, Christmas is special. Christmas is the most nostalgic. But for the smells that just make my soul want to sing, it is fall all the way. Cedar Cider is amazing. If you find Cedar Cider slightly too strong, mix it with vanilla bean buttercream, knocks it down a notch, and it's perfect. Such a good bar. Now, one bar that to me is the epitome of fall, and if they took this out, out of everything I'm going to talk about today, if this is not in our fall winter catalog, I don't even know what to tell you. And that is the quintessential perfect scent for fall from Scentsy, and that is Cider Mill. Cider Mill should be in a brick. It should be in like body care. It is so good. This is the best scent that they make that I think everyone would love. It's apple, it's pumpkin, it's a little tiny bit of simmering spices. It's just fall. This is fall in a bar. If you're only going to have one, this has got to be it. Cider Mill is amazing. And yes, it's in my bi-monthly club, just in case, since he really was crazy. Now, the next one would be for me, like if you're talking about Elizabeth, this is one of my like top 5. Ride or die, gotta have it for fall bars. It's always in my club. It's in my quarterly though, because even though I love it, it's strong enough, it has enough of a particular personality that I don't go through as much of it as, say, Cider Mill, and that is the gorgeous Autumn Road Trip. And again, I haven't seen anything in clearance that makes me worry about this bar, but, oh, you guys, this is fresh, and it's fruity, and it's perfectly fall. It's got Anjou pear, it's got apple, it's got silver oak. It's absolutely incredible. Oh, just makes me happy. So I am going to have to pause the video here, and we're going to pick up again in a minute because I do have to charge my phone. It's running out of juice. So I'll talk to you guys in a minute. I'll be right back.